I somehow read not that many books this month, only 5 books. But if I think about it, a lot of them were at least over 350 pages. And the last book that I read last month was over 500 pages. That one can be used as a weapon. The first book that I read in August is Lady Tan's Circle of Women. It's a historical novel about a very talented physician who is also a woman. It mainly shows the power dynamic and family dynamic and also Confucius social ideology. There are so many restrictions against her, and ironically she gets more limitations than her friend who is considered as a low peasant because she has to protect her family's high honor. You can think of Mulan when her dad gets very bad when she stands up against the bureaucracy. One part that I still remember is when she gets married, her ride takes a lot of turns and a lot of time, so she cannot really guess where this groom's house is. You might ask what's the reason for it? So she cannot find a way to go back home even when she wants to. But it's not all about gloomy topic in this book. It shows the solidarity and agency between women. The friendship between Lady Tan and her best friend is very heartwarming and also very complex. So it's not like instant click, it's more like a cultivated friendship. It was not a groundbreaking novel for me, but I totally understand why people like this book. The second book I read is Anxious People. It's about a hostage situation with people who went to the apartment to look around and the bank robber who failed to rob a bank. From this author, so far I read The Man Called Ove and Anxious People and also My Friends. Based on the 3 books I've read, I'm pretty sure that this author is really good at catching all those minute details between people. In Anxious People, no one is that exceptionally talented. Maybe some of them are below average in terms of social skills. Still, they have this humane quality and quirks that make them very lovable. There are so many details in this book about our emotions and conflicts. All those emotions that you can only see when you peel off one layer of the person's heart. If you're losing hope about our human beings and humanity, I highly recommend reading this book. It might restore some of it in you. The third one is Resurrectionist. It's a historical novel and main characters are body snatchers. Their goal is snatching a body out of a grave so they can sell it to a medical school. It can get quite gory and very tense because the antagonist in this one is so scary. Those bad guys have really horrendous moral values. But the main thing I mainly remember is the romance in it. It's such a pure and heartwarming romance against the backdrop of this gloomy, rainy city. It makes all the gory parts of body snatching bearable. I'm glad I read this, although this book is not that popular. I could have missed this book completely if I only followed the popularity. The next book was a sleeper hit for me. Right after finishing this one, I thought that I can agree that why this book is popular because the concept is so interesting, but I'm not sure if I can give this high star rating. But then I realized that I've been thinking about this book quite regularly. The Ministry of Time is mainly about time travel. There are people who got extracted from the past to the current timeline, and also employee of this ministry to handle these kidnapped people. This book focuses on people who choose to stay under the authority although they know that something is clearly wrong from this one. And the excuse for their action is, I've only followed the order. But it is unsure to what extent we can justify that person's action. The question lingers around throughout the story, which makes the main character feel guilty. So the story is not fun, adventurous, and exciting one. It's actually dark and pensive. The last book that is over 500 pages, you can definitely use it as a weapon, is Katabasis. I've already reviewed this book in details in the latest video, so I'll go through this quickly. Two rival graduate students go to hell so they can save the professor's soul. The concept was interesting, but the execution, I'm not sure. It didn't have that gut punch feeling that I felt in Babel. Also, the magic system in it didn't feel that refreshing. It is very clever to use logics for your magic enchantment. I bet the author probably researched a lot about this. this, but it didn't have that kind of bam sensation when I realized how this magic works. Babel, I was in pure joy when I learned how their system works because it's all about translation and how the meaning cannot be translated correctly or entirely to another language. Probably it's my personal preference. I'm sure there are a lot of people who prefer Katabasis. So those are the 5 books that I read in August. I hope you enjoyed this video. Catch you guys later. Bye!